Wholesale to Million family, happy Thursday. And I'm back with the Powerhouse interview. This is the second time I bring this man on. And some of you guys might have already know him already. Man, if you don't, I really honestly believe that you need to go check out his YouTube channel, The Flip Man. All right, you guys, this guy gives out massive content and giving you guys like he's actually doing it, and he's teaching you what he's doing and showing you the ropes like from A to Z to do this business in wholesaling. All right. And for those of you who's new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. And also too is I'm going to have Ty give you guys away his free one-page contract, because so many of you guys have asked me about, hey, Khang, I want to buy your package, but I just want the contract. No, don't buy my package because of the contract. Ty will give out his one-page contract to you guys. So go subscribe to his channel. Show a Ty, a.k.a. The Flip Man, some love. What up, Ty?
How's it going, man?
Hey, very good, man. You guys, if you guys like this interview, you guys enjoy it, please show my guest some love and smash that thumbs up. And what are we going to talk about today is I'm going to have Ty share with you guys how he finds his motivated seller, how he finds his cash buyers, and how he does his deals, all right? So we get straight into it. But for those of you who don't know who Ty is, Ty, could you share like a quick, rough, a quick intro or story of you, dude?
Well, just a regular guy. I'm here in Birmingham, Alabama, and I discovered real estate, investing, mainly wholesaling back in 2003. I'm an entrepreneur first, so I had the bug early on in my college years. If you go to my channel, you'll see some of the videos. I explain that in more detail. But long story short, started wholesaling back in, I started educating myself in January of 2003. Put out my first set of bandit signs the first week of February and closed my first deal, I think March 5th or something like that, in that first week of March. So for me, it happened quickly, and I don't try to give the perception that that's going to be everyone's story or whatever, but it is possible. So it really happened for me within 30 days. From that point, just continuing on, still wholesaling houses, but just real estate in general. Mainly, so a lot of my time goes into trying to put commercial deals together, which are a lot more difficult. They are a lot more rewarding, but it's just a lot harder. But I'm still wholesaling houses. As far as the Flip Man stuff or whatever, that's just more of a hobby that I started putting together in 07, 08. My channel on YouTube has started in 08. And I just started to put out free content, man. Some people, they'll take it, a lot of people have take their information and ran with it. And for those that are interested, they can just go there, just do a search for the Flip Man. You'll see my logo or whatever, a little character of me. When I decided to start putting out the free content, it was more of a thing, like I say, it was a hobby. I'm still intrigued by when someone just goes on the internet, finds something, then buys it. All right, now, of course, I give away a lot of free information, but I do sell actual courses and all that stuff, but you don't have to do that because I really give it all away. It's just for those that are impatient that may want to go up to the paid option. So just in a nutshell, that's who I am. So what we got?
Awesome, man. You guys, I love, let me tell you guys, I reached out to Ty because so many of you guys have been asking me, Khang, bring Ty back on, bring Ty back on. We want the Flip Man back on. We want the Flip Man back on. And I truly, honestly, really like Ty because I can feel that he's very genuine. All the content's, God, man, hundreds of videos showing you guys every single thing, the in and the outs about the business. I mean, you name it, he probably have a video that actually show you how to do it or solve your problem or whatever answer that you're trying to figure it out. You just need to dig through it, all right? But like Ty said, there are people that are impatient and they're like, hey, you know what? I need the products. I need all together right now. Then that's where you have to pay for it, okay?
Oh, correct.
But you guys, if you guys haven't subscribed to Ty channel, hit him up. And also too is Ty, where can they get your where can they get your one-page contract, bro?
Well, a couple of ways you can get it. You can go to my site, flipman.net. and just submit your name, phone number, email, boom, you can get it for free, or you can go to freecontract.net and do the same thing.
Fantastic, man. And I want to make sure that when we're done with this, I'll put the link in the description for those of you who didn't catch that. Also, too, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, hit me up on IG. Go to Khang, Khang dot, like a period, WTM, because we are going to go live after that. And how do people hit you up on Instagram, Tatai?
Flipman.net. That's Flipman, DOTNET. So you have to spell the .net out. So Flipman, DOTNET.
Perfect, man. So let's get straight into it, Ty. So first off is, what are your lead source for finding motivated seller? Getting the phone ringing.
Well, I do a combination of things. Bandit signs, which I preach about a lot. Direct mail, cold calling. I do some RVMs, which is bring us voicemail. Did I say direct mail?
Yep.
And also do voice broadcast. And I'm trying to figure out the social media angle with Facebook and so on. I'm just about to start doing some Google AdWords. But I was doing Google AdWords years ago and stopped doing it, which I hate I did it because it's so overpriced now, but it's still working because you're dealing in a high dollar product. One of my students, well, actually the YouTube subscriber that's been very successful, but their name is Chris Gomez. And he and I go back and forth on different ideas on what's working. And he recommended that, that he's been doing really well with Google AdWords. So it's pricey, it's very expensive, but the difference in using a method like that, just to fast forward a little bit, once you start making some money, some people may have the war chest to do it off the top, but whenever someone goes to Google and does a search, sell my house or buy my house fast, that's a different mentality that you're going to encounter versus a cold call and a voice broadcast, ringing the voicemail or direct mail, because really you're just all work. No, don't get me wrong, is that whenever someone's looking for you, it's a different conversation versus when you reach out to them and, you're just catching them at the right time, basically. All of it's about timing, because even when they're reaching out to you, it doesn't mean it's going to be a deal. It's just a different type of mentality. So if you have the war chest, meaning marketing dollars to do things like that, you want to do it because it's just leaving money on the table. Because the people that will respond to direct mail may not go on the internet. The people that on the internet may not respond to direct mail or cold calling. So, I'm not going to say you have to, but it's encouraged marketing methods as possible, because people will respond to different messages in different ways.
I agree, man. So now, Ty, let's break down your marketing channel. So Bandit Sign, how many Bandit Sign are you putting out and the days that you're putting it out?
Well, for me now, and it took me 14 years. I've been doing this 16 years of the date of this video, started in, I said January of 2003. It took me 14 years to figure out, even I don't care how much money I was making, I was still putting out Bandit signs myself. Even though I've tried to pay people before, and I just was never satisfied with it, because, I'm driving around, I see where they're putting the signs, and I wouldn't have put a sign there or even thought about putting a sign there, but they're just trying to get the signs out, because they want to get them out. As I put it here, they can document all of that, but it still might not be in the right place. So out of accident, more so than anything, because I had this other brilliant idea. I had a guy on the corner holding a sign up, a large sign or whatever. And I had a couple of guys doing it. So one day I said, well, let me just take this guy out, and he and I will put out Bandit signs. So now that gave me the opportunity to be able to put signs in places where I normally couldn't do them when you're doing it by yourself, unless you just park from a far distance. Now I could just drop my guy out, tell him where to put the sign at. He jumps out, I circle back around a park or whatever, and boom. So we can do what it took me. If it took me 4 hours to put out 50 signs, well, it may take longer than that. I'll just say 4 hours to put out 50 signs. It'll take he and I maybe 2.5 hours to do it or whatever. So to answer your question, generally speaking, we try to put out 50 to 75. per week on the weekend, early Saturday morning, Sunday morning. I'll do them any day of the week, but as far as my schedule and other stuff that I've gone on, it's just more convenient to do it that way. And then the guy that helps me do it, you know, he really needs the money, so it's more me, you know, trying to help him than anything. And he keeps me on it. You know, he'll hit me up every Friday evening, like, we're going out tomorrow. I really probably don't want to go. I'm like, yeah, hit me up in the morning. So first thing, like 5 in the morning on Saturday or Sunday, we're going out, you know, so I just go and drag myself up in most cases, not always, in most cases. So that's what I do with bandit signs. So 50 to 75. Ideally, if I was telling someone to do a minimum of 50 a week, no more than, well, I'm not going to say no more than 100. 100 would be ideal or whatever. But keep in mind when you're doing bandit signs, it's all about how long they're going to stay up. And I know different markets have different dynamics on that as far as how long they'll stay up. So what I would encourage people, if this is your first time putting out bandit signs, scout your area to see what other bandit signs exist already. I know we all want to be in areas where we're the only ones with our signs, but a lot of times they're just not going to work, because guys that use bandit signs, they've been doing it for a long time, and they know the areas within your market that they can get away with them. And when I say that, get away with them, they stay up 3-4 weeks at a time, sometimes months at a time. And then, of course, you still can test in areas where they don't exist. You know, when I say test, put out 4 or 5, wait a week, go see how many of those up and compound on that. But even when you put out signs in areas where they already exist, you still want to test. The worst thing you would ever want to do is buy 200 bandit signs, put them all out on the weekend, they're all down on Monday morning. You know, so you want to test and compound on how many are standing out or whatever. So it may take you a while to get them out. So once you go through a couple boxes of signs or whatever, you'll understand where you can get away with them in your market. So,
gotcha. Now, Ty, so what do you think about people about saying that that is not legal in my area, or it's illegal or legal? Like, well, what's your thought on that?
Well, they're illegal everywhere. And let's just get that clear. There's not going to be a state or city or municipality that doesn't have laws against or ordinances against bandit signs. It's one of those things. Speeding is illegal everywhere, but people do it or whatever. So you have to enter at your own risk. You don't have to do it. That's going to be up to the individual on how comfortable they are with it. That's one of the reasons why I say to put them out in areas where they already exist, if that's in your market. If you're in a big city, people say, well, I don't see any. You're probably going to have to get outside of your comfort zone and go into areas that you may not normally go in. You don't have to do bandit signs. I'm just telling you that they work, and they're very inexpensive to generate a very inexpensive way of generating leads. Just like I was talking about Google, when people call you from your bandit signs, they're actually calling about buying or selling a house in most cases. About selling the house. Just like if they went to Google and did a search, sell my house fast, buy my house fast, they're looking to sell a house, but the cost differential, you can get 40 leads from Google and that may cost you $5,000 over the course of a 30-day period. Whereas to get 40 leads from bandit signs, that may cost you $250. You see what I'm saying? In that same 30-day period, you're probably going to get more leads than that, but just to give you an idea of the difference. Both work. It's just different dynamics on the cost and also the type of person that's, using that method to reach out to you. So,
gotcha. Now, Ty, between 50 to 100 signs, what size are they looking at?
Well, a lot of people will go with 18 by 24. Those are the larger political signs that you see during political season. Hey, vote for me or whatever. I normally go with 9 by 24, which gives a more of a, I wish I would have had one in here in my office here, but in a rectangular billboard format, more like in the message. And then you'll have, then I just started doing this. I seen a guy here locally, he started doing them 18 wide and 24 long. So it gives more of a, a rectangular look up and down with we buy houses and then a phone number. So I started doing 12 by 18, which is the smallest, it's still the same square inches as 9 by 24. So I do 12 by 18 that says we buy houses, and then my phone number, call or text my phone number, whatever.
Gotcha. So
And I use the smaller one. I may go the 24s on my next batch just to test to see if that is a little bit more impact.
gotcha. So Ty, so on the sign, all you're putting is "We buy houses." Call or text your phone number.
Yeah, that's the only thing you really can put on a small area like that. And people, when I see signs and they're different colors, all set or whatever, like, man, wow. But once you get used to trying to market, you notice everything. Well, I do. I'm just into marketing it all. That's just one of my things, just marketing. What it's got to do with real estate. I just notice billboards, commercials on TV, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always trying to look for an edge from whatever I'm trying to do. But you can only have so much on the sign. So that's why you only see a lot of times we buy houses, cash for houses, I buy houses, or whatever. Maybe someone's name's Tom buys houses. Because you have to think about it. People are trying to they have to view your message from a distance. And so with that being said, viewing the message from a distance, the more text you have there, the harder it is to read your message. You know what I'm saying? So you have to just be broad in your approach. And trust me, I've tested everything. I even went with the cancer, breast cancer pink before on signs or whatever. Trying to do something different or whatever. And the sign lady told me these are going to fade. She told me they were going to fade, and they did quickly. She said this particular ink, we use them based the same quality, but they just going to fade. She said she can't even explain why. But so I just keep it simple with mine. You could do one color. I normally do two colors to give it a little contrast or make it pop a little more. I do red and blue on a white background. That's normally what I do. So.
Gotcha. Okay, great, man. I was just going to ask you that, Ty. Like I said, man, this guy, dude, he got you guys all covered, okay? From the freeway to the payway. So I'm going to dive in and dig. So, Ty, how much money are they looking to spend if they were to buy between 50 to 100 sign?
Well, I wouldn't recommend buying anything less than 100. The company that I use, one color sign, I'm quoting this, it'll be in this range, be around about $120. That's 9 by 24 or 18 by or 12 by 18. So the 18 by 24 is going to be a little more. I'm not sure what those would cost. But that's a good price point that you can use to do your own research on Google. A lot of companies that sell banner signs. Most local companies, for whatever reason, can't normally compete with the operations that they're online or whatever. From my experience, normally they're double the price and sometimes triple the price. Now, if you can order 200 signs, one color, those should, like the company I use, that'll still be under $200. The more you order, the bigger discount you get per sign or whatever. Now, two color signs, 100 signs would probably cost you $180 or so. 200 signs around, it'd be probably just shy of $300 or whatever. So it just depends. You don't have to go two colors, it's just gonna pop a little more. And I'm all in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta about 3 weeks ago, and I seen some guys had some red and blue signs. I was like, wow. I said they must have been watching my videos or whatever. I thought that was funny. Oh, whatever. So
hey, if they copy you, it's working.
Yeah, they work. They work.
Gotcha. Hey, Ty, also too is do you have a link for that or a website for that? Maybe I can put in the description.
Well, yeah, the company that I use is Dirt Cheap Signs, and you can order online. But like the people that I refer, they give them like a 5% discount. Not much, but it'll add up over time. It's best to call them and speak to someone in sales and just let them know, hey, Ty referred me or the flip man referred me, and they'll give you that discount on the order. So it's dirtcheapsigns.com, but it's best to call them and place your order.
Boom. There you go, you guys. I'm giving you guys free stuff. The flip man is giving you guys all the free stuff right here. So if you guys do enjoy this interview, like I said, add value to you, be sure to smash the thumbs up and go subscribe to Ty, man. So the next thing is now we're going to dive in direct mail. All right, Ty?
All right.
How much of direct mail are you doing?
I recently did a batch back in December. I guess I'll re-up and do another one in February after I get this Google AdWords thing off. And I'm supposed to be talking to the guy that's going to help me with the Google AdWords today. Even though I know how to do it, they specialize in it. So I really can't recommend them at this point because I hadn't generated any money from it. But on the direct mail, I use a company and I brand it under my own name. I am an affiliate of them, but I use it. I don't put stuff out there unless I use it, and I made money from it, more importantly. But it's called Mail to Flip. The actual company is Graphic Connections Group out of St. Louis. If you call and speak to Corey or Ryan, you can go to through my website to access them. But it's mailtoflip.com. That's mail, MAIL, the number 2, flip, FLIP.com. And you can access them, or you can just go online and search for them. It doesn't matter. They'll still hook you up. They'll give you a 10% discount on your fresh order on the printing. Now, the reason I'm even bringing these guys up is that what they do uniquely, and I think I spoke to you, Khang, about it on our first interview, is that, with any form of marketing, it's all about getting capture someone's attention or whatever. All right. So, and most people sort their mail over the trash can. Your job is to make sure you reduce the number of times your message is being thrown in the trash can. So what these guys do, now this is not the actual postcard. It looks a lot better than this, but this is the best example I can give. What they do is, I wish I would have brought it with, I didn't think about it. What they do is that they actually put a picture of the owner's property on the postcard. You don't have to do anything. Only thing you do is choose the market you want to target, buy your list up here, in which they sell lists also. They'll take care of that also for you. They take care of that for you also. And you just upload and pay for it, and they take care of everything. Of course, they're going to send you over proof for your approval, but they're trying to get the seller's attention, and they are experts at it. They deal with investors all over the country that are doing 6 figures a month and deal just from direct mail. Now, it's an expensive, it can be an expensive undertaking, but like with anything, we're not selling pencils in real estate. One deal normally justifies any form of marketing you're doing. And in most cases, it may take care of your marketing efforts for an entire year. So, but with direct mail, normally what I'll do, I'm going to send out nothing less than 4,000 pieces, nothing less than that, right? I would recommend starting out, some people might can't afford that, is that don't do anything less than 1,000 is what I would recommend. So if you have to wait to do a deal or two or save some money to do it, when I say save some money, like people say, well, do it or whatever. Now, my first question, I'm going to get off on a tangent here, but I think it's going to help some people. My first question is going to be to you, all right, what do you do right now, right? And they say, well, I have a job, I work 40 hours a week. We'll give them 60 hours a week, right? So there are 168 hours in a month, right? If you're working 60 hours a week, that leaves 108 hours left in that week. We'll give you 56 hours of sleep. That's 8 hours a day. Time, and I think the 7 times 8 is 56. So that leaves 52 hours, right? We'll give you another 32 hours. We'll say 7 times. We'll give you another 4 hours a day. Do whatever you want to. That's 28 hours to just screw off. That leaves you 24 hours to do your business. Almost a full week on a normal job. That's more than enough time to do this business. So my point is, even if you don't take that 24 hours initially to do the business, you can use that 24 hours to generate some more income. An Uber, Lyft, Eats, or a waiter, or some of these other outfits that, if you got a vehicle, if you don't have a vehicle, get a part-time job in to save money to start with marketing dollars. Now, you can do this business without any marketing dollars. It's just going to be a lot harder if you're just trying to find free methods, which we can discuss a few of those of generating leads. It just makes it, I don't like to use the word easy, but it makes it a lot easier if you have people calling you, and or you could call them, but because it's going to cost them a little money to buy a list, versus you just looking around on that scavenger looking for stuff. It is so difficult to find deals that way. People do it, but it is very difficult. And what I try to do is try to reduce your frustration as much as possible. The stuff ain't easy, but if I can do it, as unorganized as I am, from a small town, less than 1,000 people, you can do it also. No question about it.
Love it, dude. Like, Do I want you guys to listen to me a little bit. Do you know why I like Ty, man? The guy is just genuine, and he lets you know the real truth. And I agree with Ty 100%, man. If you don't have the money, all right, to do the marketing, if you do it all from the freeway, let me tell you, like your desire of wanting to accomplish your goal has to be like extremely strong. Like your desire of wanting it happen just have to be so strong that you're willing to overcome so many pain, because it's tough. Like it's tough when you try and do it the freeway. All right. So Ty, I mean, like, so many putting cherry on top and saying this and that, but dude, what you just said, yep, I agree 100%, man. 100%. So now Ty, how much are they looking on postcard? How much money per postcard?
Now I'm going by the guys that I recommend or whatever. Just going on, just using 1,000 as a number. You're talking between 700 to maybe 850 for a campaign. Again, if you speak to the guys, and I think this may not be the number I think it is. I can say it off the top of my head. It's 1-800-378-0378. As I said, you can speak to Corey or Ryan over there at Graphic Connections Group.
Man, yeah. You guys see? Ty gives you the website. He gives you the numbers. He gives you people name that you need to talk to. And you just need to tell him that that Ty recommend you, and you're going to get a discount. Now, do you know roughly, Ty, how many cents is a postcard?
How many what?
How much per postcard? Like,
well, if you take in consideration the postage now, again, they'll know those numbers better. You're looking at about 75 to 80 cents. But again, the more you order, the more that number goes down.
Right.
Right. Don't quote me on that. They'll be able to give you actual numbers, but I know 1,000 postcards, depending on the size or whatever, and depending on the way you send it, because you have first class mail and all those different mail levels. That'll dictate the price or whatever. But I think a bare minimum will be around 700 to maybe 850 on 1,000.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and also with direct mail, as Khang, if you're going to do direct, any form of market, you got to be consistent with it. And that's been one of my problems with direct mail. Even though I know it works, it's just never been one of the ones that I've been dedicated to. And what happened is they flew me out back in I got a commercial call. They flew me out back in was it October to St. Louis. And wow, they just really just changed my whole mind around direct mail and whatever. And the best way, the owner, his name is Jeff. The best way he put it to me, man, he's been doing it over 30 years, I think. And he said, you just leave the money on the table. We're not saying it's the only way or even the best way. You just leave the money on the table. Because a lot of property owners, think about it like this. A lot of property owners, people that own real estate in general, but especially single family properties, they're 55 years and older, right? That's a large segment of the population of the real estate market that's owned by that group of people that are 55 years and older. Those individuals read their mail more so than younger individuals. I don't have any stats on that, but I'm confident I'm correct on it or whatever. So that's just another way of you generating leads. I know, Khang, you based a lot of your business initially on direct mail or whatever. So I know you know what I'm talking about. So it's just you're leaving money on the table with any of it that you're not doing. I know everybody can't start out doing everything, but it's a building process. But you're making so much money on these deals compared to probably what you're used to. Not everyone, but a lot of people, that you're going to put that money back in the business, and it should just be a consistent compounding effort. I only started out with banner sounds. Now I'm going to direct mail. Now I'm doing some cold calling. Now I'm doing ringless voicemail or voice broadcast. Now I'm doing Google AdWords, social media, which I haven't figured out yet. And so, so it's just a compound thing to get all these methods, and he's coming from everywhere. In the deals. You can be the worst in the world, like me, in the deals, so lead generation, that's all this business boils down to. Don't worry about buyers, all that stuff. focus on getting that phone to ring. Buyers are easy, man. It's not hard to give away money. It's not hard to give away money.
Gotcha, gotcha. And you guys sit tight because we're going to get in how Ty find his buyer. Yeah, man. Most of our business, 90%, it's all direct mail. We spend about like 30 to 40K a month on just like postcards and partially letters. Yeah, man.
What stuff?
So, Ty, the next one is, okay, so we got the direct mail. RVM. For those of you who don't know what RVM is, Ty, let's go ahead and tell them what RVM is and how much are you spending on that? Or, you know.
Now that's one of those things that I'm inconsistent with, and I just my guy Chris I don't know if he did. Someone else may have recommended these guys, but it's your guy. What is his name? I seen a thumbnail with with Max. I've used another service before, but someone else recommended the service that he's a part of.
Yeah.
And I've been using it, but I've only been using that for a couple of weeks. But I like their entire system, how it's set up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a different approach with that, which they give a lot of good information on how you should go about it, which again, I've already had done it before. So with that, it's similar to sort of like postcards, or in that sense, or obviously cold calling, because they're not looking for it. You're just playing the numbers that, hey, we know this person owns real estate. In most cases, I'm going to target absentee owners. And so I'm going to send them this message basically saying, hey, I'm interested in buying a house. In more detail than that. But so as far as what you can spend on that, that's very expensive. Now you can reach a lot of people for a couple $100 or whatever, dropping voicemail. So now it just becomes on you setting up a schedule and the list that you're targeting and making sure. But the biggest thing with that is when they do respond, you have someone ready to take the call. And I know that's not always possible unless you have an answering service or a really good answering service or a VA, some people like to use. But that's where the real money is made with that, is being able to accept the calls and going from there, and then you go into your spiel. Now, you're going to get cussed out. No question about that. Instead of them just not answering you, they want to call you, let you know, do not ever call me. I had this guy tell me on a voice broadcast that he had a 38, and if I called him again, he was going to make it his life mission to find me and blow my brains out. I'm like, is it that deep? I said, press 7 to remove yourself. Well, it wasn't my voice, but we gave you instructions to say 7 to remove yourself from the list. But anyway, those days to generate leads, you can be in the thousands of drop mails or voice broadcasts and or reading voicemail.
Gotcha. And so, Ty, are you using Max Maxwell REI Rail?
Yeah, that's what I've been using for the last not even been 2 weeks, I don't think.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, and how much voicemail are you dropping per month or per week or whatever?
I'm still in sort of test mode on it, so I really can't give a real opinion on it. I'm only doing because I'm trying to take a different approach on it, so I can't even really say it's working. So I won't put it out there what I'm doing.
Sure.
So I've only spent the initial sign up cost on it.
Okay.
Right. And I think I took the middle level on that. If you go to the site, you'll see what I mean, or whatever. So I can't really give a good opinion on that. Now, I have been successful with the voice broadcast, which I use a totally different service for that. I use this service called dialmycalls.com. And there's a lot of services out there that do it, but I just like their platform and their pricing or whatever. Now, I spent some good bread on that. I spent, I think you can buy, like, they got different tiers, and the more you buy, the bigger discount per call. So I'll generally buy 10,000 credits, which that's going to get you a lot. You won't be that won't be on a per call, because one call may cost you 4 credits. So, but it still generate a lot of activity as far as sending it out. So with that, they have different options as far as someone can press a different option to speak to someone live. They can press you can send out a broadcast where they can leave a message. I prefer to do the one where someone can speak live. So again, with that, you really need to have someone ready to answer the phone or whatever. And I tried answering service. I'm trying people that partner with me The answering service, it's a hit or miss on that or whatever, because depending on how busy they are, they might not pick the phone up immediately or whatever. So I'm sending this service. So you have to be careful even with that, because if you send out 1,000, if you have 50 people to press, well, you don't have to be that many. You have 20 people to press the option to speak to someone live, that could throw it into so you have to have the right phone numbers to make sure that you know that the number has been accessed so you can call them back again. So it's just a little different. It's a little tricky, but it's very inexpensive. I can buy 10,000 credits for I think $500 for that. You don't have to buy that many. I'm just saying that's what I normally buy in those tiers.
For how much, Ty?
$500.
$500. Okay. And that's okay. So 10,000 credit, $500, and that's what you do per month on that.
I probably spend around 1,000 on that.
Okay, 1,000 on that. Okay, cool, man. So the next one is cold calling, Ty. How's that set up?
I have that set up where I put it out to several. I put it out on my channel and my platforms that I need partners, because I can't do that. I'm not going to be good at that. So if I have any, I guess, pros, it would be to make sure that I get people to do stuff that I'm not good at. So as far as how that works for me, I started out just giving people a spreadsheet and just letting them call, and we just document everything. So I started using, I discovered this service called Mojo Dialer, right? It's you can just do a Google search for Mojo Dialer or whatever. I think it's mojocalls.com. I'm not sure about the actual URL, but I spend on that, and I have like 10, let me see, how many have I now? I think I have 8 agent lines. So that's running me around, then I could have a couple of more features there. That's running me around $300 a month. So if it's just one individual and they just want the 3-line dialer, and what that means, it'll dial 3 phone numbers at one time, and when one of them picks up, the other 2 stop dialing. So it can speed through a list for you. There's a really good, they have a lot of good videos on YouTube on it. And so someone starting out, they're going to only have just one line because they're making the calls themselves. It should be right under $200 a month for it. Now, you don't have to do it that way or whatever, but it's a CRM system at the same time. So it tracks everything. It picks up where you left off. It just does so many different things. Again, you don't have to start with that. It's just, something you can add on that you make money or whatever. Because nothing prevents you from just downloading a list, getting a pen for phone numbers, and just you're on the Excel spreadsheet, just going through and making notes. That still works also. I'm just saying this is next level stuff.
Gotcha. You guys, since time is limited, otherwise I would sit here and pick Ty's brain for you so you guys can have all the information. But since time is limited, I'm not going to break down anymore. But out of all of those, Ty, which one is actually working the best for you?
What's working the best for me is the cold calling through using Mojo, just downloading the list. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. And how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for using Mojo a little over a year, probably about, let me see, July, August, not quite 18 months. You're doing it that way.
Okay. And the cold calling has been the one that yields you the best result in return?
Yeah, because it's even though what I do is, if people can use VA, that's up to you, and you can pay them. It can be inexpensive, and you're probably gonna get more done in reality. So it's a trade-off. I just prefer to partner with people, right? That's looking for an opportunity. They may not have the money to do Mojo or whatever, but they're good on the phone, or they have you really don't have to be good on the phone. You just have to want to do it. More important than anything, you can be great on the phone, but still don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'd rather take the person that's going to work hard on it and stumble into it or whatever, versus somebody that's good on it and never does it. So, I'm going to say that because it's so immediate. You can literally, someone watching this video right now, they understand wholesaling generally. They can go buy a list, get phone numbers, and start calling today. With vanity signs, you got to order them. got to put them out. Direct mail, got to, put it together, got to get them out. Now, pretty much with any of it, it's, I guess we're the ringer's voicemail and the voice broadcast is similar to cold calling, but it's just different. You know what I'm saying? So, because a lot of people get all types of those voice broadcast and ringer's voicemail calls now from all types of businesses. I get them every day for, we're the new Google, what is it called? Google business team in the area, blah, 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 or you need more life insurance. Yep. So, I get those all day, you know what I'm saying? So people are used to them. So when they hear it, they may just hang up on them. They work, don't get me wrong, I'm just saying it's just different or whatever. So.
Gotcha. No, Ty, that make a lot of sense. So Ty, are you open for applicant, man? Are you open for people to sign up to you if they want to?
Oh, yeah. If they want to make phone calls, I forgot what the website. It's realestatecallers.com. That's where you can go to submit.
Can you say that again?
Realestatecallers.com.
There you guys go, man. We're creating opportunities for you, okay? Creating opportunities for you. All right, Ty, let's jump into a cash buyer, dude. How are you finding your cash buyer?
Well, when I started, and the way I was taught is that you let your deals generate your buyers list. Okay, so what you said, someone said, "Well, I don't have any deals, and I don't have any buyers." Okay, that's fine. All right, find a deal, find great deals. There's plenty of stuff out there for sale. Let's back up a little bit. One of the hardest things for most of the people to start out in this business, Khang, is to determine, and you may agree or disagree, is to know what an actual great deal is. That I don't know, and I have multiple videos out there explaining the little formula that a lot of people use or whatever. And understand that formula is not set in stone. What it tries, the way I look at it is, especially for someone new, it helps you save time and wasting time on stuff that has no chance of being a deal. You see what I'm saying? Once you do that 70% times ARV, you're probably almost halfway there right there, and you hadn't taken repairs into consideration. But with that being said, as far as the cash buyers, if you find great deals, I'll give you the best example. I'm gonna get into it, but I like to try to give some analogy where people can understand it on its lowest level. All right, everybody knows. I like to use the Empire State Building. Some of the older cats know what it is. The young cats might not know what it is, but Google it. All right, right now it's probably worth $1.5 billion, somewhere in there, over $1 billion. Right? If I could get it under contract for $500 million, I don't know anyone that had that type of money, but I am confident I could wholesale it probably for $150 million, because it's such a great deal and so what I would do is, okay, since we're talking about how you find buyers, you market your deal, all right? Now, the first thing I would do, using that extreme example, I would pick up the phone and start reaching out to brokers on LoopNet, Crexy, sites like that have commercial properties. And I'll just look for the higher dollar properties. Okay, if they're dealing in that world as far as even having properties listed for 100 million, 200 million, they know players that got that type of money. I said, man, I got the Empire State Building under contract right now for $500,000. You can get it your guy can get it for $750. Well, the broker's gonna be all over because you're gonna probably get a 1% or 0.5% commission off of it. You can do the math on that. But get down to houses, that's what we're here about. All right, so I got a house under contract. Say if I was starting out brand new. Now, I'll tell you what I did initially. You can't do this now because they don't even exist anymore. I put a house under contract, my first house under contract. I advertised it in the newspaper. Okay, that's old school. So now what you would do to find buyers, a couple of things. All right, the shirt I have on right now is dealyourlater.com. I'm a reseller for a service called PropStream. But if you go to Deal Your Later, you'll have my special pricing or whatever. It's a 5-day free trial. In that particular service, just using it as an example, whenever you search for a property, it automatically gives you cash transactions in and around that property over the last year, right? That's one way. You just download the list, right? Now, you may download a list of, 700 cash transactions. Now, what that means is that's not all 700 cash buyers, 700 different cash buyers. It just means 700 cash transactions. So that may break down to actually 500 actual cash buyers. That doesn't mean that they're all investors. Some of those people bought them to live in. So that may break it down to 200. And out of those 200, how many of those active? Maybe 30 of them active out of them. That's a lot, right? So now you pick up the phone, send them a text message about your property that you have. Okay, that's one way. Another way is, depending on the type of property, but it really probably doesn't matter. If you just put out bandit signs, going back to bandit signs, right? And you can normally get away with these. For whatever reason, you can get away with house for sale bandit signs versus we buy houses bandit signs. But these would just be handwritten signs that says, say you're in a $150,000 neighborhood and you have a house under contract for 70, we'll just say 60,000, right? Okay, so you would advertise it at, we'll just say 79,000. All right, so you put out 10 signs in that area, not on the property, but in that area, 10 signs, house for sale, 79,000, cash your phone number. This is just a handwritten sign that you maybe flipped over bandit signs you had and just put using the right marker or whatever. Your phone is going to ring off the hook. Because guys that invest in that area know this is a $150,000 neighborhood and I see a $79,000 cash price. Boom. You can reach out to other wholesalers in the market. So how do I find other wholesalers? They're going to be advertising all over Craigslist, right? You'll know a wholesaler ad when you see it. It just sticks out like a sore thumb. You reach out to those guys, okay? You definitely want to go to your real meetings locally. Even though I'm not a network, I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to do versus what I may do. You know what I'm saying? I have other, I just figured out. I'm not a networker, but that's what you should be doing is going to your local real meetings. Depending on the size of your city, you're going to probably have multiple network meetings that you're on. A lot of players are going to be at those meetings. When I say players, the actual cash buyers. You can go through actual real estate agents. Now, what you could do, it may take you a few realtors to get to this point. You go to some realtors, and you want to know the cash transaction over the last 6 months in a certain area, right? And the purpose of doing that is, okay, now you have the addresses of those actual of those properties. Now, this is where some skip tracing should come into play, and you could do it one or two ways. Which mail is an option. You could actually send out a mailer to everyone on that list, or you try to actually find phone numbers for them also in those transactions. Or if you have that list from MLS, each one of those listings should have the actual listing broker or the seller. I mean the buyer and the seller broker on those transactions. You can reach out to those actual agents. I said brokers are agents, and see if they have any actual buyers who like to buy in that area. They probably do because they were a part of that transaction. So those are, I think, is that enough?
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Don't ever forget Google. If you go to Google, to my house fast, right? Guys like myself, which I'm just about to start doing it again, they're advertising, they're spending a lot of money, a lot of money to be on that first page of Google. That first 1 or 2 pages of Google, normally they're going to be local guys. You can reach out to potential cash buyers there also. Normally, again, if they're doing the paid advertising, which is going to be in the first 2 or 3 results, they're spending a lot of money. If you contact them with a lead that they're not aware about, normally you're going to be able to probably do something. Now, some of them are going to be wholesale, which is fine. You can co-wholesale the deal, but some of them are going to be actual rehabbers also. So don't sleep on Google. Google is your friend.
Awesome, Ty, dude. I'm glad that you brought that up because I'm gonna say something. I actually on my Instagram, I actually did a tip of the day where I said that's exactly what I said. I said find your cash buyer. Google. We buy houses, sell my house fast, cash in the area that you're looking to wholesale in, and these site is gonna pop up, and 2 things you're gonna find. Either the fix and flipper themselves, right? The one's gonna buy, fix and flip it, or another wholesaler. Both of those is your cash buyer. Right? You connect with the wholesaler, they send their deal out just like Ty said. Dude, Ty, awesome, man. Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, Ty, how do people get a hold of you, connect with you, work with you, be mentored by you, whatever it is, bro?
All right, man. Well, as far as the videos that Khang and I have talked about on YouTube, just go to YouTube, and you'll see, just do a search for the Flip Man. You'll see my logo and have a red Flip Man, so it's a cartoon character or whatever. You can access my channel there. On Thursday nights, which the actual date of this video, people see it in the future, we have a weekly, what I call, instead of a seminar or webinar, I call it a flipinar, right? That's where a seminar and webinar had a baby and produced a real estate flipinar. And that's where myself have two young ladies that we answer questions live every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 Mountain, and 4 p.m. PT. We actually answer questions live for like an hour or so on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So any of those platforms you can access there. As far as the coaching and stuff, you can also go to my site, flipman.net. If you scroll down the page, you'll see a green button that says, yes, I'm ready for one-on-one private coaching. And the way I do it, you're dealing directly with me. It's only me or whatever. So people say, well, how can you do that? You know, well, in reality, it's not many people you think that I'm dealing with, because I give away so much free information with. But so I do deals for a living. The stuff that you see with the Flip Man and all that stuff, I make money from. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's just a bonus. Which I appreciate everyone watching my stuff, and hopefully people are using it, you know, to change their financial situation. So flipman.net, scroll down to the see the green button, and boom, you can dive in and see what the prices are today.
Awesome, man. You guys, I like Ty so much, man, because I can see that the guy's genuine. He's out there helping people, changing lives, right? And he, like Ty said, you know, the one-on-one coaching or any of the package, you guys, or a program or courses, like, I believe that it's for those of you who said, hey, I can't dig through all this information. It's too much for me. I just need it right now, you know, because Ty have put so much content out there, you guys, so much free content. Like, I mean, like, you go to his channel, it has everything, all right? Everything that you can think of in wholesaling. So you haven't subscribed, show Ty some love. Go over there, hit him up, all right, you guys? I think, how about your Instagram, Ty?
Oh, yes, flipman.net. It's flipman, D-O-T-N-E-T. Flipman, D-O-T-N-E-T. The .net is spelled out. Yeah, and I also forgot about the Facebook group. That it's a closed group, but we pretty much let everyone in as long as you act right. Or whatever, but we let everyone in. And I think it's up to almost 30,000 members right now. But it's wholesaling real estate with the Flip Man. If you do a search on Facebook for that, you can join the group. A lot of people in there helping each other. I'm rarely in there, but there are a lot of people in there that are real go-getters. The admins are really good at, you know, keeping things going the way they should. So you can get over there to Facebook also and join that.
Love it, man. You guys, I'll make sure I put all the link in the description. So Ty, after this, if you can send all that over to me, man, I'll put in the description so that way you guys can just go and click on it. Anyways, we're going to wrap this up, you guys. Thank you so much. For those of you who are new to the channel, if you enjoy this, I bring on some powerhouse people that are giving away free things, nuggets, ideas for you to take your life, your business to a whole nother level. So if you haven't subscribed, boom, smash that subscribe button and show my guest Ty, aka the Flip Man, some love. Smash that thumbs up for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.
All right, man.